It's not news that we're in a global health crisis, but the statistics are still nonetheless incredibly alarming, which you illustrate in the beginning of the book. 3 billion people globally have chronic diseases. In the US, 150 million people face chronic disease despite substantial healthcare expenditures. 6 out of 10 US adults have some form of chronic disease. There's 40 million deaths annually as a result of these illnesses. US healthcare costs have exceeded $3.5 trillion in 2022. And in the US, over 70% of adults are overweight, with 40% being obese. Like, that is shocking. So help me understand how we got here.
We got here because of the pleasure trap, the hidden force that undermines health and happiness. We fooled the satiety mechanisms of the brains of humans by putting chemicals in our feed. If you put these same chemicals in the feed of rats or mice or birds, the rodents will gain 49% of their body weight in 60 days. The birds will get so fat they can't even fly. There is no obesity in wild animals. You know, even whales are 9% body fat. They're lean, mean machines. They just wear it on the outside of their body. Unless those animals get exposed to our highly processed foods with these chemicals added to it. And then they'll get fat just like we do, and they'll get the same diseases we do. The breast cancer, the colon cancer, the heart disease, the diabetes, these changes occur in animals the way they do in us. And the chemicals that we put in our feed that fool the satiety mechanisms allow us to overeat and are responsible for the obesity and overweight that we see are salt, oil, and sugar, SOS. And that's why we advocate a whole plant food SOS-free diet, because salt, oil, and sugar are not food. They're hyper-concentrated food byproducts. They're added to food to make food taste better. And that's what tasting better is the artificial stimulation of dopamine in the brain. And foods do taste better to us with those. In fact, they taste so much better that we'll systematically overeat them. If you ask a person to eat their fill of, say, rice or anything, they'll eat a certain amount. Everything else being equal, if you salt that up, they'll eat more before they reach satiety, before they feel satisfied. And people say, yeah, because it tastes better. That's right. That's what it means, is that it will stimulate that dopamine production, and you will have to eat more before you feel satisfied. If you just eat a whole plant food SOS-free diet and you eat to your satisfaction, you will be able to maintain optimum weight. But to the degree that you add salt, oil, and sugar to the food, the only question is, how fat are you going to get?
His name is Dr. Alan Goldhamer. He is the founder of TrueNorth Health Center. You can check out his book titled, Can Fasting Save Your Life? The link is in the description below. If you want to watch the full podcast, the link is also in the description below.